I was so scared to open up a company in Zimbabwe. And I was also really scared to fail. Come here, you do this big thing, you've come from Hollywood, everybody's looking at you. And I launched at Borrowdale Brook. Worst mistake of my life.
What stopped you from completely giving up?
When you do somebody's makeup and they look and they're like, oh, Dini,
That me?
that hey.
Kakikiki.
I hope that will never go away.
Yep. Hello and welcome to With Nyasha Michelle, and today I've got yet another exciting episode and conversation with another trailblazing Zimbabwe as we are filming here for this special season where everything we filmed is in the motherland. Thank you so much to those of you who have been following, who've been liking, commenting, interacting. Y'all the real MVPs. Don't forget, you can follow at With Nyasha Michelle on all platforms, and also you can follow me at Nyasha Michelle _. Now, I said trailblazers are the ones I've been speaking to, right? The lady who is next to me is, she's gone beyond international borders, right? And it's not just what she does, but also who she has been for the community, in particular, the Zimbabwean community. And of course, you also knows how to beat a face real good. It is Jacque Mgido.
Hello.
How are you?
I am fantastic, always.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
And I like how you added always.
Always. Listen,
Yes.
we're alive. We're kicking.
Yeah.
Have to be.
Yeah, because you know something I said to you earlier?
Mm-hmm.
The energy, I was watching you because I do my research, right? So I know the people that I'm going to be interviewing.
Yep.
And then I've got the yeses when I say, hey, come on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know you're going to be coming. I go back again, right? And I'm like looking at things, okay, I do my research.
Right.
And you actually were the last person's Instagram I was on last night. And I
Oh.
dreamt about you, Jacque.
I love it.
That's how
I love
infiltrated
it.
with
Oh
Jacque
my
I
gosh,
was.
I love it.
I dreamt about you. I don't remember what it was about,
Right.
but I just remember it had to do with your joy.
Aww.
Because something I was thinking about when I was going through your social media is just how you seem so joyful.
Absolutely.
Very, very joyful.
Yes.
And I'm going to tap into where that stems from in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to ask you first the question I ask everybody
Mm-hmm.
when they come and talk to me on this podcast, which is, what is one defining moment that set you on the path that you are on today?
Ooh. One. Is there always one?
I know there's always more, but I wanted to make it a little bit, challenging.
So I'll tell you.
We'll be right back.
If you're part of the Zimbabwean community or send money anywhere in Africa, this one's for you. Today's episode is sponsored by TapTapSend, a fast, secure, and convenient way to send money to family and friends back home. No stress, no hidden fees, just your money getting where it needs to go. And here's the best part. If you're a new user, you get £20 free on your first transfer using my code MUNYASHA. If you've been meaning to find a better way to send money, now's the perfect time. Download TapTapSend, don't forget to use my code MUNYASHA and claim your free £20 bonus. The link is in the show notes. Now back to the show.
Now, back to the show.
I mean, there's so many, but I'll go back. My biggest defining moment.
Yeah.
When I was watching my mom put on makeup, and I wanted to have a pointy nose, and I wanted to be really light.
Wow.
And I was with my girlfriend, and we were 9 years old. And we took pegs and put the pegs on our noses, and then we put baby powder all over our faces, right? And my mom came home, and she just looked and said, "What is happening?" Right? Because my mom was in the belly, right? So she was lighter, right? And all of a sudden, she sat us down and she said, "The reason why you have the features that you have is because God made everything purposeful. Your nose is wide because you are in Africa and you need to breathe. The reason why white people's noses are pointy is because they live in really cold climates. And can you imagine having wide nostrils and you're in a cold climate? I mean, you were like having snotty every single time, right?
I love that.
And then she's like, and the reason why you have the body that you have, your butt, is because you're storing. We are storers. So for me, that moment changed everything for me.
Yeah.
And when I'm teaching people, I go back to that. I go back to why their skin is the way they are and why they shouldn't change it, because everything has a reason and a purpose.
Wow. And it reminds me of a video I saw of you where you were talking about your nose.
Yes.
And you said, like, how you love it, and certain people also comment on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
So I never liked my nose. I wanted a pointy nose. I've always wanted a pointy nose. And then a friend of mine said to me, I like your nose. Your nose is beautiful. And I was like, you like my nose? And he goes, yes, it's a button nose. It's cute. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like my nose. Because for a long time, I was like, I'm going to save up. And then I'm going to go ahead and have a nose job. I mean, I am in Hollywood. Everybody's kind of changing something about themselves, right? And for me, that was my first thing that I was going to. And then I remember my sister saying, I just want to let you know, no one will recognize you. And then she said, and then another thing, they won't recognize you. And then she goes, but then look at all the young women that follow you. What are you saying? And I was like, well, I'm saying that I'm changing my nose. But yeah.
And then you're just like, no, let me keep
this
it.
Is the nose. This is the nose that I have. Yeah.
No, we love it. Keep
Thank
it.
you.
Because me, I'm based in the UK, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no shade to the girls, but let me just speak the truth. In the UK, there are a lot of Black girls who are changing their nose.
Oh, I mean, that's America.
Yeah. And everyone just looks the same.
Everybody looks the same.
Everyone looks the same.
Yeah, that nose, everybody's changing the nose, but they don't understand that it can also collapse.
It can collapse?
Yeah. Anytime you get a nose job, you get addicted to the nose and then it collapses inside.
Oh, my.
And then you have to have surgery for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep the features that God gave you. Just keep them, okay? I love what your mom said. I never would have thought, especially because she was talking to 9-year-olds, you have to breathe in Africa.
You have to breathe and your skin is dark because it's protecting you, the sun, melanin. That melanin, it's protecting you, that golden.
I love that.
Yeah.
And because it also allows me to go to where I like to go to first. Tell me about your childhood and even your mother being Ndebele. Was there an influence as well in how you grew up?
So I grew up a very interesting life. So my father had an affair and my mom wasn't married to my dad. And my dad was married to my stepmother. I call her my stepmother and I let everybody know because a lot of stepmothers get really bad, bad rep. And this stepmother was really great. And I say my stepmother, but she's really my real mother. Oh. My real mother didn't want me. And I came into the family when I was 6 years old. And she has been was a great influence because she's passed. She's the rock star, So I grew up with her and I grew up a very insecure kid. A lot of times when you're a step kid, you're questioning, you want your parents and, you've got a lot of things going on and you're a vulnerable kid and everything around you is very vulnerable. But then at the same time, now that I think about it, everything that everybody thinks is kind of crazy kind of worked for me. Really? My joy came from finding joy within the areas that I was in, and my imagination went a long way. People till now think I'm a little nutty. I think I'm a little nutty, but it's okay. The nuttiness. I mean, I'm just like, all I want to do is laugh, right? And animals to me were a big deal. I talked to my dogs a lot. I talked to the chickens that we had. I talked to myself a lot. I mean, I was constantly acting, right? And I always had an imaginary friend. And anytime anything bad was happening in the house, because my dad had a really horrible temper, guess what I would do? I would imitate him, make everybody laugh in the house, and then just laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I do even now. Like I'll call my friends. I have my girlfriend, Lena, and every single time I'll call her, everything ends up as a laughter. And she's always like, Jackie.
Can you be serious?
We could be in the worst situation. I'm like, well,
How, wow. That fascinates me because I did say to you, that's one of the things I want to find out. Like, what is your source of joy?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just finding it. I mean, I'm an anxiety-driven person,
really?
Right? Paranoid. paranoid. I'm very paranoid.
See, we wouldn't have even thought of that. Literally.
Super paranoid. I mean, if I wake up in the morning, it is an effort to say, okay, today's a good day, you know? And then when I start feeling sorry for myself or get anxiety and start getting into my thoughts, because it's really in here, right?
Yeah.
And I start feeling like I'm going into this kind of depression and get this anxiety. Then I think to myself, okay, I got my legs, I got my arms. And then I start, then I put my music on in the morning. And then I start dancing. I start imagining. And then before you know it, I'm in the car and I put the music. I'm like, what are we doing? And I just start dancing. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
I have my own nightclub in the morning, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m.
You vibing.
I'm vibing, I'm working out. It helps me. When I'm working out, listen, when I'm working out, I imagine myself, I'm like freaking Jackie. The baddest.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah.
The mental health and being able to take yourself from a space that really isn't feeding you, that's not an easy thing to do. But it's a very, very important thing for us, especially in this world that we're in where everyone is really just bogged down with something, you know? Is there anything outside of music that really just gets you like, all right, cool. You know what? This gives me joy. Any person?
Gratitude, man.
Yeah.
Just being grateful. Like I'll wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh man, I can move my fingers. This is freaking awesome. I can move my legs. This is great.
Yeah.
And just having people that I love, my family, my husband, my daughter and my friends, just knowing that everybody's existing at this moment in time because every second counts.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm about the moment. Every second counts for me because anything can change, right? So then just feeling like, whoa, we've gone through the 2 hours, 3 hours. Whoa, we've gone through the 4 hours. I'm a time person. I'm always thinking time.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. It may sound very simple, but that's such a very key thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always time. I mean, time kind of takes over for me.
Yeah. And also you being in Hollywood, I think is very, very, I can imagine it's very important to have something that grounds you because I can't even imagine what that world is like.
Oh, it's La La Land. That's why they call Hollywood La La. We are in La La Land.
Yeah.
Everything is just beyond imagination,
Now, before we tap into what it really is like being there and how you got there, I want us to kind of go back a little bit. Of course, you told me about your childhood. How then did we get to the point where Jackie's in America and then Jackie's doing makeup and she's doing celebrities' makeup. She's in Hollywood. How did all of that transpire?
So, you know how it is. You have a sister that goes overseas and then the whole family works together for you to go overseas to get opportunities. So I was a kid that was an artist. I wasn't really into, math and anything else out there. So your parents are constantly looking for something for you to do because they don't want you to end up getting married to some guy or whatever it is and being this person. And my sister was in St. Louis and they were like, okay, what is she going to do? What do you like? I was like, I like animals, so I'm going to be a vet. Zero intention of being a vet, people. I just wanted to go to America.
Yeah.
So we get to America and we apply for school and community college. And I'm sitting in there and I'm twiddling my thumb and I'm thinking, I don't even know why I'm here. I don't want to be a vet.
Yeah.
I hate reading. I'm not going to be reading all this stuff. I'm an artist. I want to draw. I want imagination. You know what I mean? So my sister quickly realized that. And that's the great thing about America, right? So she was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, hair. And then I, went to cosmetology school. I got married really early. My husband and I eloped.
Yeah.
I know.
How old were you?
I was turning 20.
Whoa, Jackie. Okay.
Don't do it.
I mean, no judgment.
No, I've been married for over 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's like...
it worked for her.
No, it worked for me, but doesn't necessarily have to work for you.
Everybody.
Okay, yeah. He's a calm, cool, collected guy, understanding, really awesome.
Yeah.
Very rare, okay?
Yeah.
So, don't do what I do. So I got married and, he's super supportive and there weren't any makeup schools in St. Louis, Philadelphia. And so I went to cosmetology school and there's a difference, right? Because everybody always thinks it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Cosmetology school, they're covering skincare, hair, right? And they probably do maybe like one lesson in makeup. And So I'm there and I hated every minute of it. But then I got into it, right?
Okay.
But I hated it. I still don't like doing hair, but I actually do hair. And a lot of people don't know I do hair because I don't want to ask them. I don't want them asking me.
I was about to say, next time, Jacque, you will do my hair. When y'all see my hair looking fly,
No, I do everything.
Because of her.
I do, because normally in Hollywood, sometimes I have to do both.
You do,
I
yeah.
head department of stuff, so I'll do hair and makeup. But I try not to say it out loud because I know somebody's going to be like, can you do my lace front? I'm like, no. So yeah, so I was there and my husband was like, what do you really want to do? And I was like, because I was working in a department store doing nails. And when I was forced to do a pedicure, I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't want to do this, right? And then I went to work for Clarence Cosmetics and I was working for like a makeup line. It was okay. I mean, I liked selling, but I didn't really like selling. But I knew what I wanted. I watched Oprah. And I watched her transformation because she was like one of the first people who did like makeovers. And she took off all her makeup and then she was transformed, right? And I was like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I want to do that. And then we started looking at makeup schools, but there was nothing. And then my husband was like, you know what, we're going to take a loan and we're going to go to Hollywood and we're going to look for the makeup school. And I went to one of the first makeup schools called Mud in Hollywood, and they were right in the studio area, which is Burbank. Everything is shot there. And I started going to school there. It's very expensive. I mean, that school is ridiculous, even till now. Just like, just for you to just do beauty, it's like almost $15,000.
Wow.
So you can imagine doing a whole master's program because I did special effects. And one of the biggest things that was an advantage for me there was as I was doing school there, I couldn't really afford it. And I was very much a teacher's pet. And the head of school loved me. We took out a loan and I could pay it, like over like the year that I was there. And yeah, and then people started recommending me for different gigs. I did a lot of free gigs. And then before you know it, I did my first guy, Orlando Jones. He was my first celebrity that I did.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And how did it feel when you knew that you had a star in your chair?
Outer body experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope we can find that picture. In fact, I do have that picture.
Send it.
Yeah, I'm going to send the picture.
Show it.
I remember I had this hair. It was twisted, it was short. And somebody took that picture and I couldn't believe it because I kept on going, man, God is great. I'm here. I can't believe it. I'm touching it. And he was popular at that time. He was doing this commercial and everybody knew who he was. Yeah. And it was like massive because every single time you'd see him on billboards and you'd be like, oh my God, Orlando Jones. And I was like, I touched him. So it was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty cool.
So did you, once you got to that stage, you were like, this is what's meant for me? Did you have an idea of like, okay, I want to take it further, or was it just like, this is it for me?
Oh no, I knew that was it. Like I knew that I wanted to work in Hollywood. I knew that this, for me, it was just such an out of body experience, especially for this kid that was told that we're not smart, and then coming from Zim. And I say coming from Zim only because us as Zimbabweans, we can't even believe it. You know what I mean? So then when we start seeing somebody do it, it's like, for example, we have a union, right? A makeup union. And from the last time we checked, I was the only African that was in the makeup union. And it's difficult to get up in the makeup union.
What?
There's Black people, but like a Black African. There is a South African white girl, but a Black, like it's just kind of, at first it's a out of body experience, because you're like, oh, wow, amazing. But then when you start thinking about it, you're like, this is kind of sad. I don't understand, Like, what are we doing? Like, I want another African to be here. And so, yeah, that's like,
what do you think needs to be done in order for there to be more Africans in the union?
I think parents need to really look into art. Our parents are still in that mindset of sciences. Sciences are great, right? School is awesome. But art is really running the streets right now. I mean, we have control. Yeah. Art is making money. Whether you're singing or whatever it is, and you're using your hands. I mean, makeup and hair, come on. Now it's like $1 billion industry. Yeah. So I think that parents getting out of that mindset that, if you're an artist, you're not very smart. It's just that we're thinking with a different type of brain,
Yeah. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
have a daughter.
I have a
You
daughter.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's 18.
She's 18.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's hit a milestone.
She's my baby.
How do you parent? Like, is there anything that you look at when it comes to your upbringing that you're like, I want to emulate this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've mentioned your mom.
Yep.
Oh, is there any other things as well? Like, especially when it comes to keeping the African traditions in there, because also your daughter's got a very Shona name. I loved that. When I saw that, I was like, yes, I have a cousin called Munya as well. And then is there anything that you're like, okay, I've decided with my child, I'm not going to carry this on?
100%. So as strict as my father was, right? Because that's what he was taught, right? You know, get beatings and you're okay, right? I'm not that person who's like, oh my God, I got beaten up. Now I can't think straight and I'm got mental stuff. No, we were beaten up. It's what it is. It happened. Right? So for me, the truth is, my husband was like, we're not raising a kid that we're beating up.
Yeah.
Because how is this kid going to go to school and explain when they start beating up somebody and you beating up at home, and at school they're being told, you can't hit somebody else. And then at home, you're like, bam, bam, bam. You know, it doesn't even make any kind of sense. So he's like, we're going to talk to them. And I remember rolling my eyes going, we're going to talk to them. Nobody was talking to me. But, honestly, my daughter's personality is like my husband's. She's very calm, sweet girl, super kind. I have never had to think of hitting her. She's just not that kid, you know? And I've been blessed. I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that sometimes you get lucky. You know, she's not a troublemaker. She's very sensitive. She's just this kind kid, you know? And she's very close to her dad. You know,
Daddy's girl.
Oh my God, she's 100% because she was preemie. She came when she was 6 months, right?
What?
Mm-hmm. And
That's a miracle.
It's a miracle, baby. My baby's a miracle. Yeah, she was 2 pounds and she went down to 1 pound and some ounces.
Wow.
And my husband was the first one that bathed her. He's the first one that held her. They have such a tight bond that I step back and I'm like, alrighty, I bought this child for you, sir. She looks exactly like my husband. And I'm like, I was just the spaceship.
Pretty much.
But she's just so kind and sweet. The other day, she sent me something that was really cool. She sent me this video, and this little girl is saying, I can't understand girls that don't get along with their moms. You know, I want to be my mom. And I was like, wow, she wants to be like me. I mean, I work like crazy, you know, and I'm hardly ever there, but you know, we communicate every single day, but my husband's with her every single time, you know, because it's always the other way around, right?
Yeah.
Like where they're like, oh, this one is with their mom. And I came to the conclusion that, you know, she's with the dad all the time. They have an amazing bond. And I love it, you know, because when a child is raised by their father, it's a different.
I agree.
Especially girls.
Yeah.
Different type of confidence.
No, I agree. I
100%.
agree. A father's presence in a child, particularly
especially
a young
girl?
Woman, a girl,
yeah, 100%.
It makes such a massive difference from her saying yes to this person, yes to this man and no to this man.
Oh, 100%.
Makes a massive difference.
Because like, I remember when my daughter was like, she was under 9 and my husband was like, you know what, I'm going to take my daughter to Paris. It was almost like he had this, because right now, you know, it's all about Instagram, right? These little girls, or even us, like, you know, a guy comes in and goes, I'm going to take you to Paris. You're like, yes, and I'll give you my underwear.
Yeah.
You know, because you've been taken to Paris, right?
Yeah.
And he said, I want to take my daughter to Paris first. Because when that guy comes in and goes, oh, I want to take you to Paris, she's like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, you know what? You know, I've done that.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed.
It's
what you
setting
gonna
the
do?
standards for what she deserves.
For me, I thought that was the most beautiful thing. I was like, this is why I love this man. Right?
This is why we eloped.
Yes.
Chose the right one.
This is it. Yeah.
But you know, actually, no. One of my aunties eloped.
Yeah.
I want to know about you people because me, I'm respectful. I've realized I've never asked her that.
Oh, no.
How did that happen with yours?
Listen, I'm super respectful,
Yeah.
right? But we knew we were broke. And I did not just want to be that cow that's being milked. And then all of a sudden, I'm giving your ass benefits. Did I just say ass?
It's okay.
All right. And, you know, I'm doing everything like a wifey. And then we growing up together. And then all of a sudden, you are 20-something and you decide, you know what? I don't want her. And I'm giving you. No. I'm not living with you if I'm not getting anything out of it.
Okay. I really love that. In terms of you just also having gotten something out of who you've made yourself to be. Earlier you said, you're always traveling. Which I was like, on your socials, again, I'm like, when is this woman not in Zimbabwe? And it was just a great thing anyways that I happened to be here and she was here. So I shouldn't have been surprised.
Right.
So let's talk now Vault Cosmetics, right?
Okay.
And then also Vault Academy.
Yeah.
Tell me about that journey because you've now saturated. You've gone into Hollywood. You've learned some lessons. I can imagine. Which actually, I want to know what are some of the things that you've learned from them. As you can see, I have many questions for you.
I love it.
But no, let's talk about Vault first. What inspired it, and what gap did you want to close that you noticed? I need to be the solution there.
It's actually a very interesting story.
We'll be right back.
Do you want to know what it's like to live in a Velda Estates gated community? Well, imagine this. You drive home from work and the security guard greets you with a smile. He knows you. It's after dark, but the tarred streets are brightly lit by solar streetlights and your neighbors are out enjoying an evening walk. As you pull up to your home, you notice the bins have been collected. That's taken care of every week by the Velda Estates Homeowners Association. This is your home that you built for yourself. A stand for just $25,000 and a house for just $50,000. Inside, the kids have showered and are doing their homework. Water is never a problem here. But you realize that you forgot bread for their lunch. But then you smile. Because the shops are just outside the community fence because Velda Estates made sure that all conveniences are close by. This is the lifestyle at Velda Estates, the season sponsors of With Nyasha Michelle. You can reach them on Facebook or via the numbers on your screen.
Now, back to the show.
Because my intention wasn't to come here and open up, I wasn't supposed to do a makeup company.
Really?
No, I wasn't supposed to. I was so scared to open up a company in Zimbabwe where that was my specialty because I was scared to fail, right? Oh, wow. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm in that space, right? And a friend of mine had called me and I was like, man, Zimbabwe's happening. And this was like 17 years ago. Zimbabwe's happening. This is, you need to come and invest in Zimbabwe, blah, 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 blah. And my parents always said, you need to come back home, and living in America, you will never be American. You will never be accepted, and as you grow, you want that acceptance. It doesn't matter whether you stay in London and have a British accent or an American accent. The fact that you come back home is it, man. There's something about it, right? And I said, okay, I'm going to come in here. And then I remember my girlfriend introduced me to this one guy, and he was, into business here. And she was like, listen, let's introduce you to the people who are in businesses so you can just kind of figure out, actually, my girlfriend that's here.
Oh, okay.
Lena.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Lena. And we went to see this, one of her friends, and he owned this pharmaceutical company. And that was a pivotal moment for me. And I was talking about nails and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going on and on. And then he said to me, but then I was talking about makeup a lot, right?
Okay.
And then he was like, aren't you into makeup? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, so why do you want to do all these other things when you can do makeup? I panicked. And I was like, yeah, I'm into makeup. And then I went back to the States and I was telling my husband, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this right. So I said, I'm not going to go ahead and find a chemist. I'm going to brand because branding is cheaper, right? You go to, there was a couple of manufacturers. You go there, you put your name on the product.
Oh, yeah.
And then you come back. That's what I did first, right? I came back, but inside of me, I felt the lie.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Oh, I did. I felt because it wasn't my brand, right? Not that branding is bad. It's just that that's not what I looked at. Zimbabwean women, they were using black liner, they were using foundation that wasn't for them. And the people that were so-called elite are the ones that were going into barbers and buying this makeup that didn't even match them. And I could see that there's something missing. Nobody was wearing any lips at that time. It was always brown liner with the gloss or Vaseline, and if you did wear lips, it was red. Red was always the thing. Red or that burgundy. Man, we love our burgundy.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was a dark brown burgundy, right? And for me, I could see the gap, and nobody really wore their makeup right? And then, so then I was just like, okay, I see the gap, And then even those manufacturers weren't making the stuff right. Like even my foundation was okay. It wasn't great, but because I'd work in the industry, because I'd mix foundations for all these celebrities, and at that time there was a gap in Hollywood for Black people. So I would mix a lot of things to make stuff for that they can match, right?
Yes.
And here I am in Zimbabwe, and people are wearing foundation that's not even for them. And I could see the gap. And I have this company, right? And I called it Vault for a reason, because every company that existed at that time was saying no to me to come and invest in Zimbabwe, because they were saying Zimbabwe is a liability.
Wow.
Right. This is 17 years ago.
Wow.
Okay. No company wanted to come here.
Yeah.
And it's very expensive to, bring, the all these big companies, right? Because,
Yeah.
you're spending a lot of money, right? And people don't know that. And then all of a sudden, I remember I was driving with my husband. I'll never forget it. And people are saying, no, 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 right? And one company had said yes to it, but they weren't popular and they only had limited stuff. This is before I even came to Zim. We were in San Francisco, and my daughter got an ear infection and we had to drive. And we're going around a curve. And then I said to him, you know what? I'm going to start the makeup company in Zimbabwe. I'm going to do the branding. And then he said to me, what are you going to call it? So we went around the curve and I said, I'm going to call it Vault. Then he said, Vault? What is that?
Yeah.
I said, like a bank vault?
Yeah.
And then he said, why? I said, because I am so scared, because I know my people will criticize me, and I'm opening up myself like a bank vault. So I'm going to call it Vault. And they said, okay. So I came in, and I was also really scared to fail. Failure, because it's embarrassing, right? Oh my God, you failed. You come here, you do this big thing. You've come from Hollywood. Everybody's looking at you. And I launched at Borrowdale Brook.
Fancy.
Super fancy. Worst mistake of my life.
Really?
110%.
Tell me why.
Because here it is, I've spent all this money to bring all this stuff in, right? And I didn't understand, one, most of those people leave Zim and they go and buy stuff out of the country.
Wow.
Okay? And I'm introducing something new. One thing about us Zimbabwean, somebody has to do it first. If it fails, they're not doing it. If it does great, everybody's gonna do it. Just wait. They're just waiting. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting, which is okay. Like, we followers, we're not really leaders. That's not who we are as people, and it's okay. Which is not. We followers. We sheep, right? It only takes a couple of people that are really got the guts, because it stems from us being colonized, and it stems from us working for other people. Our parents have always told us to work for other people. The entrepreneurs now is through desperation. If we weren't so desperate, we wouldn't be entrepreneurs. We'd be like 9 to 5, I'm good, I'm out.
Someone else said that to me as well.
110%. This is who we are, right? So then all of a sudden, I launch at the Brook. Oh, people came. And boy, did they eat. They drank, they ate free food. One person bought a lip gloss. One. Yep. I had taken out rental. It was super expensive at that time. Wow. Yeah. So I have a whole studio there. I've signed a lease for a year.
My way. One
person buys a lip gloss at the Brook. Which, by the way, when I think about it, I'm like, why did I go to the Brook? I could have just gone to Arundel where I was. I was at Avondale. And all of a sudden, I call my husband and I'm like, dude, I failed. I've completely, the very thing, it was almost like I was speaking it into existence, right? The very thing that I was fearful for is the very thing that happened, right? So now I'm like, man, people are going to judge me. Already I was put in the papers and I had a picture of me and Snoop Dogg, and people did not believe it was me. And they criticized me the whole time. She was like, she's ugly. What is she doing? This is what we do, right? And I was so upset about that. And I'm like, oh my God, what are they going to write now? So then I just said to myself, I sat back and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do what I do. If I'm going to go down, I would like to give back, and I want to go to Mbare. And I want to inspire somebody that has a business and finish off strong, right? So a friend of mine, Titi, at that time had a magazine, and she's like, you know what? I want to write your story before you leave, before you get out of here. And I was like, cool, why don't you guys follow us? We sent a taxi driver to go into Mbari for us to find a place. We went into Mbari, we found a couple of people to do makeovers. First they said no, because they thought that we were affiliated with some groups. And they refused for us to take videos.
Yeah.
And we went right into the market to take two people. We took an older person and a young person. And I had just learned how to do threading.
Oh, threading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing threading in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Yeah. So I taught my girls to thread, and we're going to thread and introduce this woman to threading as well at her shop. We got the people from Bari. People started following us. It was so exciting.
Wow.
It was such an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
The funny thing, I was like, man, these are my people.
Exactly.
This is what they want.
Yeah.
We did the makeover. It was absolutely spectacular. It was absolutely spectacular until the girl said, I want to buy the foundation. And I said, no, I'm going to give you. And then she goes, no, I want to support. And at that time, we sold our foundation for $30. And then she goes, and I said, I felt really bad because I said, oh my God, I'm introducing these people to something. And then all of a sudden I'm taking it back. That's weird, right? And then she said, $30-something. Ah, sisi, imari yangu ya 1 month.
Yeah.
And I felt really shitty. I remember we got into the car and I was like, man, talk about failing. Now I'm really down in the dumps.
Man.
And I started crying and I was like, I'm done. And then I announced it on my Facebook. Facebook had just started at that time. And I said, guys, at 400 followers, I said, I'm done. Zim was great. And then people cursed me out. You can't be introducing things into Zimbabwe and then leaving. You can't win. You can't win with Zimbos, man. You can't win.
Damn.
And so I was like, what? And then I was sharing a place with a friend of mine, Judith. And she was like, listen, I want to start modeling management. We're sharing a place together. So she kind of helped with the rent. And I decided, okay, we're gonna try this out. So I decided to do free makeovers. I'm the one that started free makeovers. That changed everything.
Oh.
Yep, that changed everything. Fast forward, a couple years later, I found a chemist. And he started making the brand.
There.
Yeah, I did. I got there.
We got there.
We got there. We got there. And he started making foundation specifically for our climate and for Zimbabwe.
And where is he based?
In LA.
Wow. That's such a process. What stopped you from completely giving up? I know you said, guys, I'm done. And the Zimbos came for you. But what stopped you from completely giving up? Because you kept coming back.
No, I did. And trust me, I'm quitting every other day. Trust.
Yeah.
So what stopped me is, I think it was just the excitement of seeing people just really transform. That is a high for me. When you do somebody's makeup and they look and they're like, oh, Dini, yeah, you know,
True.
and then also teaching the girls, you know, like all these girls. For me, it was the underdogs. I just needed the underdogs to be seen because I remember myself as an underdog, right? I was an underdog in looks, right? Not the prettiest. Nobody noticed, you know? But for me, it was like, I wanted the underdogs, the girls that are really smart, the girls that live in areas that nobody's paying attention, because as Zimbabweans, we're very judgmental. You know, you're like, listen, what's your area code? If your area code is not in the so-called right place, then I'm going to judge you, right? So for me, it was like I was seeing women that needed to sit on that table that didn't have the opportunity because somebody looks at you and judges you right away. So for me, it was like, I'm going to transform her. We're going to go to that interview.
Yeah.
First impressions are lasting impressions.
Yeah.
Let's see who's going to win.
Wow.
To me, that was very important.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the academy, because you also have Vault Academy. It's been very interesting as well, just seeing the growth of that.
Oh, yeah.
And how you've come. There was a fire there.
Yes.
A few years ago, right? And
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years ago. Again, I quit that when the fire happened, kind of in my head.
Yeah.
And
but you're
we're
still
back.
going.
But you know what? That's honestly because of Zimbabweans, And secondly, because I've got a really awesome support system. You know, I remember my aunt called and she's like, listen, you're not quitting. I'm going to put some floors. She surprised me with floors, you know. My sister surprised me with the table. You know, a couple of friends are just like, look, listen, it doesn't have to be fancy. There's a purpose in this. And guess what? The clients were like, we don't care. It doesn't have to be. I mean, they came the next day and were like, where are we buying the products from? Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you pick these young women who come into the space and who go through the academy?
Their parents, cousins, themselves, they pick me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a lot of times, you know, the truth is, you know, a child could be sitting at home and then you have an aunt that's doing something and she's like, can you help me? And it's free, right? So the whole academy is free for 8 months.
Yeah. And when they leave, you leave them with their own kit.
Yeah, because
they leave with
they
their
earn
own
it. They earn it within the 8 months, right? So the academy is very different. It's a very interactive academy. It's really a store. And we do makeovers there, right? So if you don't know, you would never know that it is a student, right? The only reason why you'll know is because I announce it every single time. And sometimes they stand back and they don't do anything, okay? And they'll be watching. So they learn not only to do makeup, but they learn the fundamental skills, customer service, being at the register, being on time with stuff, you know, because some of them actually don't end up as makeup artists, right? Some of them end up as, you know, hosts somewhere. Some of them end up as businesswomen selling something completely different. And that's what the academy is all about. We want you to evolve into who you are supposed to be. So it's not about makeup.
Yeah.
It's about finding your purpose when somebody else is not giving you an opportunity to find that purpose.
What then fulfills you? Because you are doing so much, you're giving back so much. How does it make you feel when you see the transformation of these young women? You said you're a girl's girl earlier.
Yeah.
And actually, I should tell them a little story. How I know Jackie is because she slid into my DMs, guys. Literally. In 2023, I had to go back and look at it. Because what happened is, of course, I'm in Zimbabwe. I'm like, hey, I really want to do this season. And I've been seeing, of course, I follow you. But then my cousin was talking and she's like, you're here. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I want her on my podcast. I went to the DMs and I remember looking at your followers and being like, I don't know if she's going to respond to this. Then I pressed message or contact, whatever that is. And I saw that you messaged me in 2023 and you said to me, guys, let me just so we can, you know, show you, or I can show you the beauty of support when you support each other, but also people of maybe an older generation just saying to younger people, hey, I see you. Well done. She didn't send me a whole essay, but it was more than enough. And she just said to me, Hey, Nyasha, hope you're awesome. Loving your work with the heart emoji. And I was like, when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, thank you very much. And that is an incredible difference that you already made. Because, of course, I'd forgotten about it in that time right now. But I remember when I saw it back then, I was telling people and I was like, how did she see my profile? Like, what? Like, she's complete. Like, she's in Hollywood doing makeup. I'm here, you know, in UK, just trying to be a journalist, trying to, you know, I'm in the trenches. And so that was very, very encouraging to me. So why do you believe that part of support, giving that support, being a girl's girl is very important and pivotal?
Because everybody wants to be noticed, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm in a position of acknowledgement and I'm in a position of doing that, why not? A lot of people feel untouchable when they're in a certain position. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be accessible.
Yeah.
And if I call myself a so-called person who really believes in a higher power, that is God, you know, and I'm not a pastor, I'm not perfect, but there's certain things that we're supposed to do, right? And if we believe that our highest power, whatever highest power it is, we're supposed to go amongst the people, who am I not to?
Oh, yeah. Because you do be going amongst the people.
I am in it.
You are. I saw a video of you helping this lady. She's like in her 70s.
Mama
She's
Carol.
blind.
Mama Carol.
Man.
Yeah.
Like literally, you be really getting into the community, and people listen to you.
Oh,
You're
I
like,
hope
guys,
so.
come, let's support. You know, and then of course you do have life back in
the
LA.
States.
So what's life like over there?
Life in LA is amazing because I'm living that dream,
Yeah.
right? I love being on set. I love this unbelievable land where all these people who have different craftsmanships, like from the people that put the set together, like you have one room and they're putting the set together. So it becomes something absolutely unbelievable, out of this world, untouchable. And I'm part of it. And it is an adrenaline rush. I get as excited as I was in the beginning. 20 somewhat years later, I'm there on set really early, first thing in the morning. And I just look up and I'm like, God, this is my life. I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And
Beautiful.
to me, that just makes my whole day. Like just having that phone call, hey, you're going to work on this show. I'm like, what? I am? This is amazing, right? And then my friend is like, we've been working on these shows forever. And I'm like, but yes, this is great. So it
What show? Okay, I'm not gonna ask you to like pick a favorite because I know it's like picking your favorite child.
Right.
But what show would you say like you really enjoyed, or you just learned something? It can even be a negative or tough experience that you went through.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'll tell you the toughest, where I really knew at that time I did not have a job anymore.
Wow.
So here I am at start, like you have this adrenaline. I mean, life is going, man. You're like, yes, I got this. I'm experienced now. So I get this gig and it's right in the beginning. And it was my first head department movie that I was going to do. The guy had taken out a loan out of his house for $500,000. Shout out to Scott. And at that time, there was like a low budget, but it was a high budget for him because it's $500,000, right? Anyway, so here it is. We're doing this movie and he says to me, Jackie, we're going to do a blood scene, right? And there's this thing called tubing. So what you do, it's special effects. You put the tube up and then when the person gets stabbed
yeah.
and the blood squirts out, you hiding and you pump it and then the blood completely squirts out.
Okay, that's how they do it. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a technique to that, right? So this is a low budget. So normally they'll have 2-3 different clothes, but the same clothes, right? Sorry, they'll have sets of clothes, okay? So that if it doesn't work out, this happens. But we're on a low budget, okay?
We only got one outfit.
We only got one outfit. We need to do it right, okay? So this was like a really big deal. We had gone out in the desert. There's nowhere to change. We're just going to do this. The actors are in their mode. So a lot of times the actors they start screaming it out loud and they get into the motion. And the woman that was supposed to be stabbing, she's going over her whole scene and she's like, blah, blah, blah. She's shouting, and the guy's pretending to stab, whatever, right? Scott, the director, comes to me and says, Jackie, do we have the tubing right? And I said, yes, we have, because I had learned it in school, right? So I hired friends from the class, right? This is very important, people. Just because they're your friends does not mean you're supposed to hire them. I'm just letting you know, okay? These friends never listened in class.
Oh, my God.
Okay? But they were my friends.
Yeah.
Right? I was the one that was serious. So I take them to my first big gig because I want to hang out with my friends. But I'm also very serious about this. We're in the desert and we're doing this. So with tubing, if you put something in a tube and it's blood and you put soap, the bubbles block and it doesn't come out. So you weren't supposed to put soap. The only time you put soap is to make the blood thick, but it's not supposed to be in the tube. Guess what they did?
Oh gosh.
They were on set preparing the blood that I was supposed to use. The blood was only supposed to be watery. So the pot comes, I'd be psyched. I didn't even sleep that night. I went over it, looked at my tubes, the blood comes, we put in the blood. People are screaming, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden they're like, and action. I'm like, okay, action, action. The blood came out this way. Then the other blood came out this way. And the actors are screaming. And I'm like, what's going on? the director, the camera guy is cursing at me. What the F is happening? Everybody's I'm itchy under my armpits. I don't understand what's going on. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, right? In my head. But so far, I'm just trying to fix it, try and look professional. Then all of a sudden, the actors were pissed. Everything was ruined. And they said, we have to go back. This part is completely ruined. We had to all go into the bus back to the motel that we were staying at. And I realized what would happen. But I couldn't blame my team. So the director said to me, you really effed up. That's what he said to me in the whole bus with everybody. And I was like, yeah, I did. I got to the hotel. He was pissed. I said, I'm never going to work in Hollywood. I cried all night. I couldn't even get pissed at these people. I cried all night. I did, because they were like, we have to go home. It's this is done. $500,000. Hello? You took it out of his house.
Yeah.
But guess what? The next day he was like, okay, what we'll do is we'll just cut that scene out. We'll do other things. And he said to me, Scott said to me, Jackie, the only reason why I'm giving you another chance is because I see your integrity.
Wow.
Yeah. He said, I've seen how you work. You mean it. You in it. And he's hired me since. He's one of the people that actually made my career.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You need those people in your life who see you,
who believe
in you.
100%.
My gosh.
Yeah, I messed up. I really thought I was never going to work again. And most of the time you don't.
Wow. And here you are.
Yeah.
And we're talking about how you are a change maker in Zimbabwe. You know, I love those who go and they get their achievements there, but you never forget home.
Absolutely.
And that is an incredible thing.
We all need somebody to, we need to see somebody who looks like you. We can't, you know what I mean? I need to see that. I need to see another person that looks like me to say, you know what, I can do it.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so happy that we managed to make this happen. I will say though, I'm not done with talking to you. The only reason why I'm like, okay, we must round up is only because I have to keep to a time and be a woman of integrity.
I love that.
Yeah, you know, be a woman of integrity and make sure that I pull up the way that I'm supposed to. But Jackie, I've really enjoyed this conversation. But what I'm happy about is that we're not completely finished.
Okay. All right.
I have a segment in the podcast called Pass the Mic. Where a previous guest leaves a question for the next guest.
This is great.
So you get to answer first a question from my TT. And her question. By the way, she didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
Because I like to make things a little bit fun. You know,
I love it.
Spice it up a little bit. I don't tell people the next guest.
Yeah.
But you know the next guest, so maybe you could think.
I'm already thinking about 1,000 questions.
But let's ask you your question first.
Okay.
From my TT, and it's just as beautiful and as simple as this. Are you okay?
Wow, that is deep.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? I am more than okay.
Yeah.
Really, I am.
She said, I must also ask you, are you sure you're okay?
120,000% I am okay, especially now. Not that I'm not always okay, but guess what? I'm a moment person, right?
Yeah.
So right at this moment, I am okay.
I love that. I love that.
Because of you.
Oh,
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that at the end of the night I wouldn't be. But right at this moment, I'm okay.
No, I'm good. I'm very happy to hear that I've had an impact in that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you get to leave a question for the next guest.
So, before the end of the month, whose life are you going to impact honestly that you haven't done?
That you haven't done.
Yes.
Okay, you really are giving them the... I'm not gonna lie. I feel sorry for that next guest. Because that's
hear.
pressure.
That's pressure.
When we say pressure, that's pressure.
Please call me tonight.
I actually will.
Okay. I want to know. I'm excited.
No, I'll tell you. Definitely.
Yes.
And then the very last thing I want to ask you is something that I'm calling It's Giving Zimbabwe.
Ooh, yes.
Because Jackie,
yes.
when I was seeing It's Giving Zimbabwe, in fact, the first person who sent me a video on TikTok where it was It's Giving Zimbabwe, right? They were literally showing the worst of the worst. And I was like, we Zimbabweans must reclaim that narrative.
Oh, yeah.
So here is a question for you. I'm literally asking all of my guests. So your It's Giving Zimbabwe question is, what's one Zimbabwean tradition or habit that you hope will never get lost?
Our laughter, man. That hey.
Kakikiki.
I hope that will never go away.
Yeah.
Because we did hey.
We can. We can.
I mean, that laughter has to be loud.
Yeah.
I mean, when we get together, what? That never has to go away.
You know what I used to think when my mom and her sisters would get together, my whole family would be like, oh my God, Christmas is at my house.
My God.
Your ears will be ringing.
I mean,
but it's the laughter,
that
it's the
laughter
joy.
on the floor, the crying,
Yeah.
that can never go away. You know what I mean? Listen, of course, when you get into certain places, you have to kind of laugh a little bit, like,
Have a little bit of demure.
But man, when we together, that's hey. We need to have it down. Get it down. I love it. We cannot lose that ever.
Yeah, no, I love that. And because I agree.
Yeah.
I agree because my way into seeing that, of course, because I left Zim a little bit early to go to UK, was my family. Sometimes I'll be like, these people are so loud. Man. And then I realize
annoying.
I'm also loud.
Oh, 100%.
Like when I'm at uni, sometimes people at work are like, they come from down the line. They're like, Nyasha, I heard you from down there. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be quiet.
It's in our blood. It's in the blood. When we get together, it's just so damn loud.
Here we are.
Like, why are we so loud?
I don't know. It's the joy. You must know that the Zims are here.
100%.
It's the joy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for talking to me.
Oh, this was great. Thank you, Nyasha. This was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've had a really great time. You are so warm.
Oh,
so humble.
I appreciate that.
100%. You're so welcoming. When we came, you're like, hello.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's that Zim hospitality.
I love it. I love it.
But I did say earlier, and I meant it, I'm not done having a conversation with you. I would love for us to also do it a 2.0.
100%.
2.0.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Thank you so
Let's
much.
do it. Thank you.
The people do know you.
Yes.
They already love you. But I do want them, in case there are some new fans there, you can just look at that camera and just tell them where they can find you.
So if you want to find me, it's JacqueMgido. But you know what? I'm going to make it a little easier for you. Just Google African Hollywood makeup artist. Trust, it's me that comes up.
Yeah. Essentially what she said is just Google me, baby. Listen, I love when somebody's able to do that, but also know what it is to come back home and give back, which is what Jackie has been doing. I really appreciate all of you guys for tuning into this episode. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms with Nyasha Michelle, or you can follow me at Nyasha Michelle _. Until next time, stay inspired. See you guys.
Love it. Thank you, love.